It's good to see the Wildcat family here today. Now, are you all ready to learn about budgeting your money?
Sure.
I think so.
Fine.
Now, in front of you, you have a lot of jars and a lot of cookies. And I want somebody to read that jar to me.
Credit.
Great. You know, I'm very proud of your parents because they took all their credit cards and they cut them up. And you know, the Joneses next door, they have lots of credit cards in their jar. And that's why they're broke. So we're going to take these credit card cookies and bring out your income cookies. And we're going to get to spend all of these cookies. And we're going to put these cookies in these jars right here.
Coach Ehrlich, cookies are supposed to go in your mouth, not in jars.
That's very good, Brooke. Cookies are supposed to go in our mouth. But to bring home a point on budgeting, we're going to have each of these cookies here stand for money. So my first question is, what do you all do when you get money?
Spend it.
Spend it. Yes, most people spend it. But we're going to take these cookies and we're going to distribute them in the jars. So let's start out with jar number one. I'd like somebody to bring out the jar, giving to others. So bring it right out there in the middle, please. You have a whole plate of 10 cookies here for yourself. If one of your friends didn't have a cookie, would you give him one? Okay, great. Most of you said yes. So let's take one of those cookies and put it in the jar, please. Now, the second jar we're going to pull out is giving me. Now, giving me is a savings jar. So we can save for that car in the future or for that bike that we want. And we're going to have a savings there. We're going to put one cookie in that savings jar. The third jar is rent or mortgage, but it's your house. And you all need to live in a house. And we're going to put in that rent jar 2.5 cookies. And the reason we're going to do that is because that's about 25% of our income. Now, I can tell you right now, the Joneses, they have 4.5 cookies in this jar, and they don't have any cookies in the giving others and giving me jar. Next jar, I'd like you to bring out utilities. Who can tell me what utilities are? Summer.
Well, like trash, water, and lights.
Excellent. Gas, cell phone, internet, cable TV. And we're going to put in that one cookie or 10%. Next, we have our car. Connor, you're coming to get car? Very good. Boy, you're smart. Now, I want to tell you something about the car. Your parents have no car payments. They own their cars outright. And the Joneses next door, they have 2 car payments. That's why they're broke. And when you buy your first car, when you get out of college, you're going to pay cash for it, aren't you, Barry? You bet. Let's put one cookie in that car jar, please. That's going to go for gas and for insurance and for repairs. Food. Here's the nice thing. Your mom is an excellent cook, and she plans meals out every month to save money. The Joneses next door go out to fancy restaurants. They don't have any money. So we're going to put 1.5 cookies in that food jar. Next, let's pull out the school one. Oh yeah, we all have to go to school, don't we? We want to save in this jar for school supplies and for college in the future. And we're going to put 5% of our money into that jar. We're going to put 1/2 cookie in that jar. While we're doing that, let's pull out the insurance jar. Who can tell me what insurance is? What do you think insurance is? Yes, Connor?
When you break your leg, you break your neck, you break your arm.
Okay. We have health bills. We have pharmacy bills where we have to buy medication. And we need money in that jar to pay for our health insurance. So we're going to put, again, 5% of our income, 1/2 cookie in that jar. Next, we're going to pull out the emergency fund. Do we have an emergency fund? There we go. Great. Now, with the emergency fund, we're going to save here for a rainy day, for things that come up that are unexpected. We want to have that emergency fund so we don't need to use our credit card. So we're going to put 1/2 cookie in that emergency jar. And then lastly, the fun one is the fun stuff. Now, what's fun stuff? Brooke.
Like going to the mall, seeing movies, getting your hair done, getting your nails done.
Going shopping with mom. We can spend that the way we want. Let's put that cookie in there, that last half a cookie in there for the fun stuff. And if we are wise with our money, we're good stewards with our money, then this is how it's going to be. We're going to spend all of our money each month, and we're going to put them in those jars. Any questions?
Coach Sherlock, what are you going to do with these cookies?
Robin and I, for the first 32 years of our marriage, did not live on a budget. And because of that, we got into a pretty big financial mess. And we had more month at the end of our money. And I'm wondering if any of you can relate. And if you can, just stick around a little longer. I'm going to give you 5 quick, easy steps to get started with your budget. Number 1, start recording every penny you spend this week and for the rest of the month. Number 2, start using cash for items like food, entertainment, eating out, clothes, the good old envelope method. When Robin and I started doing that, it turned our finances around. 3, write down the income that comes in every month and then all the expenses that go out. Number 4, assign $1 for every single category, every jar that we talked about today. And number 5, stop borrowing. Live within your means. Cut up your credit cards. If you are spending more than you make, then look at our homepage and schedule a free consultation. And thanks for joining us and watching this.